Oh, sorry. Oh, we're live.
Hello.
Hello.
You know what we need after that little countdown is we need like a highlight reel of our past episodes. Funniest moments. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like that sounds like a in memoriam or something.
That would take some time.
Yeah, it does. I've been
Frank's working on it. It's taking some time.
I've been working on it for 2 months now, at least.
Get it together, dude.
All right, I'm gonna play this opening theme song in honor of the episode you guys failed to do.
What do you mean?
Imagine, if you will, an announcer you can barely understand. He refers to a but you're not quite sure what he said. He seems to be eating something, or perhaps he's a little drunk. It's remotely possible that he just said something about the scary door.
Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review.
It was not guns or bombs that defeated the aliens, but that humblest of all God's creatures, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yep.
So this hearing is to make a finding in the matter of
Yeah, okay.
Wordsworth, Romney, obsolescence.
He's waiting, Chancellor.
Order him in.
You walk into this room at your own risk, because it leads to the future. Not a future that will be, but one that might be. This is not a new world. It is simply an extension of what began in the old one. It has patterned itself after every dictator who has ever planted the ripping imprint of a boot on the pages of history since the beginning of time. It has refinements, technological advances, and a more sophisticated approach. The destruction of human freedom. Like every one of the superstates that preceded it, it has one iron rule. Logic is an enemy and truth is a menace. This is Mr. Romney Wordsworth. In his last 48 hours on Earth, he's a citizen of the state, but will soon have to be eliminated. Because he is built out of flesh, and because he has a mind. Mr. Romney Wordsworth, who will draw his last breaths in the Twilight Zone.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW Twilight Zone Review. I thought you were doing something, Frank. LIW Twilight Zone Review, episode 190 for Obsolete Man Redux. This is our Twitter bracket poll winner. Out of 156 episodes, this one won over a stop at Willoughby for some fucking reason. I'm Phoenix West.
I'm Franklin.
I'm Jansen Garland.
No, man, Wilcox.
Welcome, guys. I've already went on record and said this is my second favorite episode out of all the shows. I'm kind of curious what you guys thought, because Adam, I assume you've seen it before. Jansen, I assume this is your first time watching it. Really curious to get your thoughts. Frank, you're on the record as well as I. We know where we stand. We love this fucking episode. Adam, fuck it. Let's go.
Last time I saw it was January. They always show it around New Year's Eve. They always have the Twilight Zone marathons or whatever. And actually, we didn't do that. I think we're just watching it on Netflix because nobody in my family has regular TV anymore. So we just kind of watch Twilight Zone on New Year's Eve, no matter what, whether we have it on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or whatever it is. But that was the last time I saw this episode.
I pictured you watching, like looking online at what the calendar was for the marathon, and then watching that on Netflix and just cutting out the commercials.
Yeah, because I can't do commercials anymore. I just don't have the patience. But I've mentioned to you guys before, I'm starting to get a little bit better, but I'm not always the kind of guy that knows all the episodes by the titles. So I see the guy talking, and then I see Burgess Meredith walk in. I'm like, oh, is this the one where he breaks his glasses and it's like the end of the world? Thankfully it wasn't, because I was like, well, if that's the case, I've seen that one recently, but no, this was the other one. There's several of them that have Burgess Meredith. But yeah, I really like this episode a lot, man. It's good. It's great.
Yeah, this one's a lot. I like, this is right up my alley, this episode. That episode you're talking about, Time Enough at Last, is a classic. It's far more well known than this one, but I'm not on record saying I like the classics the best. Those aren't my favorites. There's a couple classics I like up there, but this is right up my alley, this episode. So
Yeah, I
No?
was the first one you mentioned. Time enough at last is out of the four Burges, I would put it number 3. I would put this one number 1, then Printer's Devil, then this, then Dingle.
Yeah, definitely Dingle last. However you want to order it, Dingle's last.
Yeah, and then the other 3, put them as you may, and you're not wrong.
No, I won't argue with you, but as long as Dingle's last, I will not argue with you.
Yep.
Hansen?
I like this episode. I concur with just about everything you guys have said so far. I find it interesting that this is one of you guys' top favorite ones because of the not necessarily political implications that it has, but it has an undertone of ongoings in the world, right? The state and the current way that things are being run, and the loss of freedom with things like that. It's not directly saying anything, obviously, but it definitely, like I said, it has kind of that undertone of this. There's something going on that we're trying to kind of point to, but not really. So I don't know that for sure. That's just kind of what I picked up on. But other than that, I really loved the episode. I thought it had solid acting, really, really good, well-written dialogue, an interesting storyline, an ending that I wouldn't necessarily say I didn't see coming, but it was original to me, which was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a nice. I don't want to say twist. It was because it's not a twist. It's
Right, from the beginning he's going to die. Rod
I love
Serling
the
said.
message. It was a great message.
Right.
Message episode, like Death's Head Revisited comes to mind. That's a message episode. This is a really good.
That's a better way to put it. It's definitely not a political undertone or anything, but it has a solid message, and it's trying to make commentary on circumstances in the world, not necessarily political, but it's commenting on something.
It's really relevant to this day.
It's relevant always. That's what's great about it. Yeah. I mean, you guys constantly talk about the reason why a lot of these original episodes are great is because they're still relevant when you rewatch them back today. And this one really does hold up.
I think this one has the best Rod Serling intro of all the episodes.
You could tell he gave a shit.
Yeah, it was well written. Yeah.
It's season 2. He was still giving a shit about the show.
Probably even more so. I mean, now he's into his rhythm. He's got a groove. He's got an audience that he knows is going to tune in. Yeah. So he's really putting forth all of his effort.
I mean, he looked very svelte. You know, he was very svelte.
Dapper even.
Yeah, he had some money. He had all the cigarettes he could smoke. All life was
Chesterfield
good.
Or whatever.
Oasis.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. Here we go.
Now, this isn't just a word from the sponsor. It's simply a very good suggestion. It stands for real refreshment. If you meet again, try Oasis for the softest taste of all.
God, that's crazy.
Yep. A couple things going off what Jansen said. As far as political messaging, they do have a line in this episode that's so on the nose, but the rest of it's vague. Where he goes, "What about Hitler?" He's like, "Yes." He's like, "Stalin?" He's like, "Yes." Their only problem is they didn't go far enough.
Yeah.
You want to play it? I got it.
Yeah, if you want, but real quick.
Yeah.
That's the only real thing they connect to the world we know. That's really about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, they just say the state or they.
Right.
And it's all really vague.
You're not facing the cameras.
Wait, that's all right. I think it was this one.
Please, Mr. Wordsworth, turn around.
I think it might be this one.
And somewhat suspect, too.
Yeah.
How do I know I wasn't invited here for that last pitiful gesture of vengeance on the part of the condemned?
Sorry, I think it's this one.
Well, we're being
I've recorded this entire episode, I swear to God.
Unusual that we televise executions, Mr. Wordsworth. Last year in the mass executions, we televised around the clock. 1,300 people were put to death in less than 6 hours.
You never learn, do you? History teaches you nothing.
On the contrary, history teaches us a great deal. We had predecessors, Mr. Wordsworth, who had the beginnings of the right idea.
Yes, Hitler.
Hitler, of course.
Stalin.
Stalin, too. But their era was not one of excess. It was simply not going far enough. Too many undesirables were left around, and undesirables eventually form a core of resistance. Old people, for example, clutch at the past and won't accept the new. The sick, the maimed, and the deformed. They fasten onto the healthy body and damage it. So we eliminate them.
Wait, what?
I don't disagree with anything he said.
No, 100% right.
I got nothing wrong with that.
Damn.
I'm going to march down the street right now.
Adam, what shirt did you wear today?
I have a surprise for you guys. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay,
There's
good.
no
Just making
words
sure.
on it. Don't
All
even
right.
think about
Just
it,
checking.
Jim.
I got the Blackhawks game. Just to preface everyone, I have the Blackhawks game right here. First game with the Vegas Golden Knights for the
What-
actual playoffs.
What seed are the Blackhawks?
12.
Oh,
So we should not be here.
yeah, no. Yeah,
We
the
beat
number one
Edmonton
seed in
in
the East
Edmonton.
plays tomorrow at 8.
The what?
The number one seed tomorrow plays at 8. Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about the East. So let's talk about Twilight Zone. I reached out to some people.
Says
I got
the guy
good
that brought up
contacts.
the Bucks game.
Hey, do you mind?
No.
That's West Coast. Do you mind? Point is, reached out to some folks, and I found a rough edit for this episode, and I'd like to play it for you guys. This is before it was when Rod first wrote it. It was risque for TV, but let's watch this episode. A clip from the episode.
I feel like this is a troll.
This is
No, why would I troll? A real clip. Look, you're looking at the episode, right?
Yeah.
For
All
now.
right, then, shut the fuck up.
This is not a new world. It is simply an extension of what began in the old one. It has patterned itself after every dick who's ever planted the ripping imprint of a on the pages of history since the beginning of time.
You fucked with it. I know it.
Turn around. Face the camera. That's right. And don't stifle your emotions. If you feel like go ahead. By all means, some high state official might take pity on you.
That would please you, would it? A little abject, hand-wringing, chest-pounding, falling down on my hands and knees.
Yourself, Mr. Wordsworth. Unfortunately, I don't have time to be by them when they do come. I have another appointment this evening. It's one thing for somebody like yourself to do a little but what a choice opportunity to show a member of the state doing likewise. But you're insane, Wordsworth, if you think they'll let me stay here.
It was filthy. This show was filthy when he first pitched it.
Oh god, that's
crazy.
good shit. That's good shit.
He says 2 words, you just go beep. Use your imagination.
I didn't do that. Rod did that.
Yeah, right. Good job, Phoenix. Good job.
So I'm introducing a new segment
Bravo.
of the show called Filthy Twilight Zone. I have a couple of those now. I'll do
God.
one per episode.
By the way, I'm loving the you reading the transcript of the horrible AI bot was funny enough, but listening to an AI bot read the transcript of a horrible AI bot that transcript it is even another level of insanity that I didn't think
I told you.
read. Yeah, dude. Wow. That was like honestly, like for 5 minutes in 5-minute intervals 4 times, I went, what the fuck am I listening to? I couldn't stop. And then 5 more minutes, I'm like, what the fuck am I listening to?
Frank's
I'm
referring
so
to episode 188 of the show. And I put on there, if this is your first time listening to the show, this is not the episode for you. Because I got a transcript from a robot, from some guy that his robot made a transcript. And then I made another robot read it off. So it is fucking nonsense. And she's like 5 minutes, 33 seconds. Fuck. And the fear, and they're like, what? It's just all over the place. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm glad you listened to it because I didn't. I can't listen to that. This might be the only episode I don't listen to.
I was walking Maxie earlier and I was listening to it like, what the hell?
It's 2.5 hours. It is 2.5 hours.
I couldn't finish it.
Walking around wondering if you're just constantly having a stroke.
I had to read off the last one, and I felt like I was having a stroke for the full hour 20.
It was
I
funny.
read the whole script.
Yeah, but hearing you struggle was funny, but hearing her just plow right through it with no emotion whatsoever is like 20 minutes in, you're like, I don't know what the hell I'm hearing. I don't know what's going on.
I literally plugged it into the AI, hit play and record and everything, and walked away. Went to my doctor's, went to the store, did some shopping, came back home, and I was like, she's only like an hour 23, and it's an hour 36, and this is like 2 hours in to the recording. I'm like, oh god, I had to sit here and wait for the rest of it. It took forever, but
Jesus.
Yeah, so the Twilight Zone was filthy originally, right, guys? You hear that shit?
Yeah, totally.
Bird has
Filthy. What are you talking about?
Disgusting. Yeah, nowadays, I thought about doing this bit for the new show, And I'm like, the show already did that. Let's look at the first episode of the new series, The Comedian. Right in the very beginning, she says like pussy something in the beginning, and I was like, holy shit, this is a Twilight Zone.
Yeah, she's the character that's there to let you know that this ain't your dad's Twilight Zone. This is CBS All Access. We can say fuck.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Can you turn your mic down a little bit?
No.
You are so loud.
It's like HBO back in the early 90s. You were like, wow.
Yeah.
Now it's like, yeah, all right.
I only got one more of those, but I'll do it in the next episode because it's fun.
What episode did you do it with?
Oh, you'll see. Next episode. On the Twilight Zone. LIW Twilight Zone. So,
hello.
You liked
it.
Adam liked it. Everybody liked it. It won the Twitter poll out of literally all the episodes. That was my first bracket poll, and it got whittled down to just one. And it took a while because it kept tying with Stop It Willoughby.
I don't know why.
Which I don't get. I do not understand why you guys voted that.
It's not even the same par. Maybe it had something to do with your bracket system. Like you didn't bracket it really from any seed levels.
No, I did that on purpose because I wanted it to be genuine. There's no real seeding thing I can do other than the IMDb ratings. But if I go off that, I already have a winner. So why the fuck would I do that? So I just threw them in random. And I think if you're the best winner, you're the best episode, you should plow all the way through anyway. So this is what we're left with. Adam?
Yes?
Much better. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that was...
Am I the only one that thinks it sounds the same?
Yeah, I didn't hear any difference, but okay.
Yeah, it sounded fine the whole time. But all right, so...
early and do mic checks.
So Phoenix, do you want to, kind of like go through the plot and everything? You sound fine, Adam.
I mean, do we? Yeah, Adam's fine. He was just really loud before on my end, at least.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
as far as going along with the plot, we already did this episode. Did we do a redux? I don't think we did.
No, it was season 2. Me and you did this for the first together. Yeah.
Some season 2 episodes we did a redux of things we already did with a couple though. So I don't think this is one of them.
No, we did a lot of season 1. We still have a lot of season 1 left to do.
Let's have a first time viewer do the.
No, it's not. I'll fuck the whole thing up. You do it. I can't.
Dance and go, man.
Listen, all I can think about right now is how fucking miserably hot I am, and I can't focus until you guys ask me a real question. No, fuck you. I'm not doing it.
Oh, no, go with Adam.
He was so quick.
Nice counter. Juked, bro. Fucking juked.
Checkmate, sir.
What you gonna do now?
Do it again. Yeah,
that was good.
You were so ready for that.
And Jansen, go.
There's this guy and he was obsolete and they killed him with a bomb.
No.
What?
No, I just love the allegory to it, be honest with you. Like I was saying earlier, shut up, it's my thyroid.
I like that you played that and then we're immediately like, I didn't do anything.
Yap it.
I don't know who played that. All right.
It's my thyroid.
Mr. What's his name? Wordsworth. Wordsworth. He gets
it would have been even better if they named him like Wordsmith or something like that. Rodney Wordsmith.
We talked about that in the first one, like how obvious Rod's names are sometimes.
Well, they even like pointed it out in the episode, Mr. Wordsworth, and he like fucking nods at him basically and gives him a little wink.
Because he gives Wordsworth because he's a librarian.
Yeah.
Book.
They should name Mr. Romney Bookstacker.
He might as well have been called J. Obsoleteman. So fucking close to his. So on the nose.
John Bomb.
Do you mind picking up where this begins?
It begins with Burgess Meredith being on trial, a.k.a. Mr. Wordsworth, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
Wordsworth.
And he's on this, there's this kind of dystopian society. Everybody's dressed up like they're Nazis or cultists or something like that. They're all wearing very basic drab uniforms in a big room. And it looks like some kind of a tribunal because some guy's sitting in this ridiculously giant pulpit. And, step in, Mr. Wordsworth. You are obsolete. And the reason that Burgess Meredith is obsolete is because he's a librarian in a society without books. We don't have books anymore. So he's hanging on to the past. He's an old values kind of guy, and they don't want we don't want that in the new world. So in this particular dystopian world, you're apparently put to death if you are found obsolete. Of course, Burgess Meredith tries to fight that a little bit, does unsuccessfully. And after a really biased, somewhat trial, which is like all of about 4 people deciding his fate, they decide he's going to be put to death because he's obsolete, and he is allowed to choose his execution.
Yeah, Fritz Weaver is on like a 2-story off, like a judge's desk.
It's like something out of a Pink Floyd video.
He's in a pulpit, basically.
Yeah, but he's way the fuck up
pulpit.
there.
It's a real.
It's
cool
like
set.
it's like the nightmare sequence in The Simpsons where Bart's getting like judged or whatever, and the judge is like way up high in the giant fucking judge pulpit or whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder where the Simpsons stole that from.
Right.
Honestly.
Oh, I got some Simpsons introduction to this show, some theme songs.
Oh, God,
I sat down today for like 3 hours and made
Listen, I'm gonna break that computer again if you don't stop with the nonsense, okay?
It's for our
Swear to
show. You should appreciate this. You should be
Fucking
bowing to me right now.
I don't know about bowing to you. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll give you
go
a
over
little
there right
nod.
now and bow to him. I want to see it.
Nah,
I'll
man.
wait.
Fritz Weaver is so high, it makes me think about like, is there stairs or that's tall enough, and the angle of the stairs would be so wide, so long that does he have a little
Definitely.
elevator?
No, that's a.
You never see him go up there, so I'm thinking he crawled up like a little makeshift ladder, or they just put like a regular ladder behind it.
I don't want to see that scene where like a little kid goes to his little tree fort. No,
I
goes
vote
loud.
trampoline. He boing, boing, yeah, right up there.
You got an age limit at that point, then, which
Yeah.
that fits in.
Yeah, I mean Fritz went all in for it, man. He even had brought him his microphone with him.
I do like the microphone work in this. They really they do a lot of good microphone stuff where he talks into the microphone. Oh, I should do the other way. Talks into the microphone, and then he'll talk to Wordsworth over here, and he's talking to him like over here, and then he's like, the state has deemed you obsolete, and he like goes over to the microphone for effect to the people who can already hear him. He's not.
Illusions.
Do you want to just play that clip and get it over with?
You know I got it.
I know you
Do it.
Hurry up. Get it over with.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. I wonder what I called it.
Delusions, Mr. Wordsworth. Delusions that you inject into your veins with printer's ink. The narcotics that you call literature. The Bible, poetry, essays, all of it an opiate to make you think you have a strength when you have no strength at all. You have nothing but spindly limbs and a dream. And the state has no use for your kind.
Or season 4.
5.
I hate season 4 more.
Season 5's worse.
I'm starting to really, really fucking see that, dude. I mean, yeah, because the hour really drives it home how much it sucks, but there's only 16 of them. Season 5, it's like, yeah, there's 36 of them. You're gonna hate 34 of them.
So he gets doomed to death. He gets sentenced to death by 3 people who walk up and they go, obsolete, obsolete, obsolete. And then they make him choose the manner of his own death. He has 48 hours to die, and he can choose how. He decides he wants it to be between him and his executioner alone. He'll let the state choose who the executioner is. He's like, all right, Fritz Weaver's like, all right, we can do that, dog. And so they decide to do that. And he's like, tomorrow I want it at my apartment in front of a live audience. He's like, well, yeah, we've done that plenty of times, no biggie. And that's really the end of that scene, is they decide on that. And then the rest of the episode is at Wordsworth's apartment, his pimp bachelor pad with all his books. And
It's badass.
yeah, it's a badass scene. Set. I like this set. There's lots of books, lots of furniture. I guess the reason he's been alive this long is because he builds furniture. He's a carpenter.
Funny that they made him a carpenter. Yeah.
Do we got some biblical allegory here?
Well, being though he read a Bible, half of it, I think so.
Well, then at the end of it, I mean, not to jump ahead, but it's obviously it's a
Don't
an episode
spoil
where
it
we
for
can
me.
jump ahead, but I mean, it really does tie into that allegorical thing. I mean, he's dying so that a bunch of other people can, have a reason to live or see the bullshit.
Yeah.
Maybe because they saw him, plead, to God to let him go. And he said, "Yes, I will let you go, in the name of God." So, and everybody saw that and made him think, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. We don't really need to go in order because the rest of it is really simple. As far as describing in a microphone what happens in the episode, they talk. They have a lot of philosophical talk. We have a mention of like how Hitler and Stalin just were underachievers, and then
Which is insane because Stalin really overachieved, to be honest.
Yeah,
he just got outshadowed.
And we got some sweet mustaches between those guys.
Yeah, really full one from Stalin, and then you got the Charlie Chaplin from the lunatic over there.
Yeah, and I like how you single one out for being a lunatic.
Well, I mean, the one looked like one. The other one looked like,
The other one had some good ideas,
Tell us how you really feel.
He had a full mustache. You got to respect a man with a full mustache, not that little, runway patch he's got.
Yeah.
So Michael Jordan, we're just crossing him off the list.
Let's just call
Jordan did do it, didn't he?
Soul patch, right? It goes here. They just had it right there.
Yeah, it was they called it the Charlie Chaplin. Chaplin.
Yeah, I had a whole thing with you before, like 3 years ago, about you called him Charlie Chaplin, not Charlie Chaplin, or you call him Charlie Chapman.
Because I couldn't care less about him. Even though I found out he was one of 3 people who started United Artists back in the day.
Yeah,
didn't know that. Yeah, him and Gable, I think, and someone else. They called it United Artists. Clever name, I suppose.
Shit.
We're right on the nose, really.
Yeah. They talk about, basically, it's just them talking about how he's in the state. Fritz Weaver's character's in the state, and I'm gonna go back. I have another appointment anyway. And he's like, "Well, I don't think you're gonna get out of here, so have fun with that, because I didn't tell you how I was gonna die. It's gonna be a bomb that goes off right at midnight." And then Fritz Weaver realized the door's locked, and so he's locked in there with him. And that's really where the episode kind of does a twist. And
It's funny how he acted, It's funny how he knew he couldn't act shook because they would. What towards the end, like you could see on his face, he was just like,
"Yeah,
nice move."
To the cameras, he's like, "All right, I'm calm, no biggie. All right."
Like the one thing I noticed in this watch, 1,204 of my life, I noticed that when he said "you're live on camera," he went like this. I never noticed he did that. Like, what an interesting Fritz really played the character great, man. He really made a lot of weird but cool choices that are so subtle that I'm still picking them up to this day.
Well, Wordsworth's over there making Jim Halpert comments and then staring back at the camera like, "Nah, I mean,
do you believe this shit I got to deal with on a day-to-day basis in the office?"
Yeah, it's a living.
But yeah, Fritz Weaver is great in this episode. He's in 2 episodes of Twilight Zone. Both of them I really like, for kind of the same way, because he's also in Third from the Sun, which I really enjoy, and it's kind of the same weird dystopian society, but you find out it's not Earth. But it's kind of like they control everything. They're listening to you. Remember, they're planning to go to leave the planet, and you think they're going somewhere else, but really they're going to Earth. That sort of thing. But I like that episode. It's really good. I love the way it's shot, and same thing with this episode. So he's in 2 episodes I like in my top 10 out of top 15. But Fritz Weaver, yeah, you're right, Frank. He does. He starts to freak out because he can't get out the door, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm on camera."
Yeah, but right when he said "you're live," and I got the camera, he goes, he puts his hand up real quick and puts it right back down, like. It was weird how he acted.
You think he was about to freak out or about to yell at him, or?
Yeah, and he didn't even know that he was about to blow up yet.
Yeah, he was about to put his hand up in a Heil motion, and it was about to get real weird.
Oh,
Well, Hitler didn't go far enough, so it should have been like, or something, something more extended than Hitler had.
If you were like a worldwide celebrity, and every time that you were on camera, you had like a hey gesture, what would it be? Some people go like,
I'm going 14-year-old girl on Snapchat.
I mean, I think we'll all go with the classic.
The Johnny Cash.
Yeah, why not?
I think Eminem's got the best middle finger I've ever seen. 8 Mile is like this.
He's got that. Yeah.
I hate the thumb.
Man.
I hate when a thumb is introduced.
You got to get
the middle finger.
It's not the full extension, and you gotta put the knuckles up with it, and then the thumb comes out, and you're just like,
the thumb bothers me.
Yeah, I think it's an East Coast thing.
He's from Detroit. Phoenix, do you claim the East Coast?
I mean, close
I
to
didn't
the
say
East.
East Coast. He said East Coast.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but
Eastern?
you're the one from Detroit. I mean, so is that?
I hate the thumb thing. It's fucking stupid.
It's eastern side of the country. That's all I know.
I know it takes me 12 hours to get there. It ain't East Coast.
I'm going this.
It takes me
North side. I mean, I don't know.
12 hours to get to Colorado Springs, and it's the next state.
Yeah, it's well.
Oh, California's closer.
Yeah. Why would you go to Colorado when you can go to California? I say.
We have family in Colorado.
For some reason, you stopped in Phoenix, so
Also,
you make that
fuck
choice.
California.
No, you could also go to Mexico, but that's a long way.
Yeah, nobody wants to go to Mexico.
No, there's nowhere
Too hot there, right, fellas?
So he finds out it's going to blow up. He sits down and it's kind of like talking about how nobody in the state's going to let him die there. And Burgess Meredith is like, they're not going to come save you. Like one of their state getting trapped here, getting caught in this easy game. Like they're going to come save you. And you see Fritz Weaver be like, oh, fuck, he's right. And then the rest of the episode is just them talking, and he's reading the Bible to him and stuff like that. And I like the mind game. I like this kind of episode. The writing is fucking perfect. It keeps flowing.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But did you like the clock effect?
Yeah,
winding down. Yeah,
I like Burgess Meredith. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. For
we all know Coolio. Okay.
Honestly, like I think like him reading that passage off is like probably one of the first times I can think of it was ever like actually like mainstreamed through people's ears, maybe. I mean, because we've all heard it 100 times by now, but who was the first one to really throw it out over the airwaves to people? I think it was the Burge. I mean, and then Coolio, obviously.
Coolio next.
Yeah, and Tupac. Yeah.
And who did it better? That's the real question.
Coolio.
Duh.
Yeah.
Who had better hair? Same
Coolio. Well, the Burge. Yeah.
No. You see Coolio now? He won't admit that he's bald, so he has bald head and then like one little strand coming out the top.
Well, he's got one worm hanging on one worm.
It's so fucking stupid looking. Oh, it's sad. What is he?
Bad harvest year.
Now? Yeah.
You think he has enough money to get hair plugs by now?
He's got Coolio money. I don't know what that means.
I don't
it
know.
Sounds insulting when you say it.
It's like Monopoly money. It doesn't really spend well.
Yeah. Bitch, I'm Coolio. Exactly why I don't have an appointment for you, sir.
I mean, if I told you that MC Hammer was poor, you go, no way.
He went bankrupt, didn't he?
Real quick.
Yeah.
Epically quick. It's almost, yeah. It was like the
he
first.
Didn't invest in the hammer pants that were popular.
He folded up like a paper airplane.
He did spread it around to the community.
Yeah, but he can't stop music. He's too legit to quit. So you just got to keep going.
And back to the episode.
Yeah. So Fritz Weaver realizes he's fucked. Burgess Meredith is basically talking him into like, I'm going to die. I can accept that. That's what I like about this episode is him going, I can die and accept that fact. How are you with that? And that's what the episode's about to me. And Fritz Weaver's like this fucking giant hypocrite. And he's like, starts to slowly, they show the clock over him when he's reading the Bible. And it's like 11:55 or 11:58 or something. And Fritz Weaver's like, his hair's all off to the side, very Hitlerish. It's like long. He's like, I gotta get out of here. And he runs up to the door and starts to get out. And he's like, you gotta let me out. And he's like, yeah, bitch, I'll let you out. Walks over, unlocks it, hands.
Yes, in the name of God, I will let you out. Like, oh,
That's what this specifically said. In the name of God, let me go. Yeah.
And then, like, it was cool. Like, after he left, you saw Burge, like, hang back, and you saw the look on his face. It was like, damn it. Oh, that was good. Yeah, I played that well. All right.
Burge is just like looking at the camera like, yes, in the name of God, I will let you go.
Wink. Jim smile.
Can you type this up for people to read?
It was just a really good, like, you can just say you can say that socialism, communism is bad all you want, but until you kind of see it how it's really enacted in action, it really doesn't drive it home. But then you watch this, you're like, ooh, communism is like bad. We need to stay away from that right there. We're way too close to it already. Maybe we should all watch this together and hug.
Yeah. And as far as like political stuff, there is a lot of. I mean, we're just talking about it though. A lot of the religious stuff in there, and I don't really focus on that personally. I just like the tug of war between these two guys accepting fate. Like one guy's like, I'll die with my moral barometer and my choices I lived in my life. How are you with that? And you realize he's not okay with that. He's a big fucking hypocrite. He'll sentence a guy to death for nothing. But as soon as he's in a position of possible death, he just freaks the fuck out. And he's like, I need to live. I need to keep like. That's what I like about the episode a lot. That's what resonates with me.
Yeah, it's that. I mean, I think every human being's got that primal instinct to stay alive no matter what the cost is, right?
Yeah,
it's that age-old message. You can dish it out, but you can't take it.
Yeah. Well, I think that is the message, though, too. Is like it's the message is humanity. You can take, humanity away from people, but you can't take it out of who they are. So, at the end of the day, this guy, in his roots, he's still human, and he's going to show it one way or another. And for him, unfortunately, it costs him his life at the end of it, because then he becomes obsolete.
Yeah, and just to show that you can't. Yeah, you can't control people.
Yeah, you can take the pimp out of a game.
Oh,
a game out of a pimp.
Right.
Jansen's trying to say there.
Leo Red.
He's still going to be a pimp.
Since pimpin's been pimping. Amen.
Do we have to quote more Ice-T at you?
It's pimping.
Okay.
PIMP.
Pimping ain't easy, but it's necessary. Okay?
What you know about Phoenix? Jensen? Nobody's name even sounds like
no, nobody knows.
It was really, really. I was really like hoping one name came to me, but it didn't.
Wow.
Yeah, I failed miserably. Yes. Car crash, please.
Yeah. You know what your problem was, Frank? There, you were like Stalin or Hitler. You didn't go far enough with your joke.
Nope.
To succeed, you have to go further than Hitler. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, you got to go to Moscow. You can't go north and south. You got to keep on going east.
He could have taken over Russia or the Soviet Union.
All he had to do was go to Moscow, but then he's like, no, I need some oil, bitches.
I got you. I'll send you a Schwarzenegger shirt, okay?
I already got one.
Well, Adam and his clan are busy working on redistributing that shirt. So work on that one. Silence.
They're having a hard time selling it without the matching white hood.
Silent affirmation. Why is your hand white? Why is your hand white, Adam?
Really the deep cut out to the people I've been watching for a little bit.
Soon, Adam's next shirt is going to be what he says in this about like the undesirables, like the old people leeching on. He's just going to have that. Right?
Actually, you know what I want for real? I want a shirt of that line from Ghostbusters where Louis Tully just goes through that whole big long spiel about the first coming of Gozer. I want just that whole text just on the front of his shirt and on the back of it as well. That's what I want.
How'd it go?
Can you get a wraparound?
Hell no. I'm not doing that. I can't. I've tried to memorize that. There's not enough cells left in my brain to process it.
A lot of names I did not recognize. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Whole lot. And how long ago was it?
84?
36 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's lore.
The architect and something or other.
The supplicants or something like that. Yeah.
Basically, what he's saying is your girlfriend lived right in the middle of Spook Central.
Before you were waiting for a sign. What sign are you waiting for?
Gozer the Traveler. He will come in one of the pre-chosen forms. During the rectification of the Valdrani, the Traveler came as a large and moving torrent. Then, during the third reconciliation of the last of the McKettrick supplicants, they chose a new form for him, that of a giant slore. Many Stubbs and Zools knew what it was to be roasted in the depths of the slore that day, I can tell you.
Tell me about it, Rick.
That was such a Canadian thing to say.
Rick
Yeah,
Moran is fucking genius. That is like the best line in any movie.
That's what I could tell you, eh?
Got a new subscriber, Elise Turch. Thank you.
Hey, Elise, what's up?
Yeah, Leo Red's here. Gam's here, of course. We got Muffin. Of course, he's here.
Muffin!
We got a Muffin staple in the show. So, guys, he blows up. Burgess blows up. Fritz Weaver is safe. Fritz Weaver. Hold on. Fritz Weaver goes in the office next day, like, "What's up, bros?" And they're like, "You have been deemed obsolete." He talks in a really weird way. Is the guy that was below him before? Now he's up above. And he's like, "You have been deemed obsolete." And he talks like a weird robot. And then it turns into like some weird, like, fucking. They all start chanting obsolete, and then it turns into like some weird frat game where they're like dragging them across the table, like a. And it felt like a West Side Story.
Plus, you got the beatnik bongos going on.
Yeah. Everything gets real culty after that.
Oh
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be that way. The director wanted it to go a different direction.
Meaning.
That's the only part of the episode I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah. The director didn't get what he wanted. Buck kind of put his foot down and said, "Nope. You got the big ass pulpit. What more do you want? You got the door that's 50 feet tall. What more do you want out of me?" He's like, "But I want this, this, and this." He's like, "Fuck you. Yeah, we'll just do something, towards the end here, like he gets torn apart by like savage animals, apparently." Because you know a bunch of humans, when they claw at you, you just get torn to pieces.
Yeah, our mighty talent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, our two fangs and our nails that I can't stop biting. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
What the fuck was that last scene? Because he gets deemed obsolescent, and they like a frat game. They drag him across the table, and then he hits the mic. The one woman sweeps the microphone, and they drag him on the floor, and they all like get him over him like vultures. And like,
they were supposed to have weapons, and they were supposed to basically push them back and forth. And every time they pushed them, they would stab him in the gut.
I get why they didn't make the air, but
yeah,
why? What did make the air is kind of stupid and
I mean, you could make like 1,000 different killing things that would make more sense. Like have him walk into an open furnace and burn alive, but before you see him burn alive, the door's closed behind him.
Yeah.
This ending was the director giving a fuck you to Buck for not letting him do what he wanted to do.
Okay.
So he made it as poor as he possibly could, just basically to say fuck you.
So what you're saying is that the thing he really cared about,
it was petty.
He ended up really did not care about.
He did.
Write it.
He cared less about his career.
Yeah, the director didn't write it. He just directed it.
Yeah.
So what was in the script? The knives? If you don't know, to say it.
Listen to Tom Elliott's.
I'm curious. This is one script I would read.
Yeah, I mean, this is just cold from what I heard 4 years ago when he did it.
I do remember that though, how he was like, he wanted something else, didn't get it.
Yeah.
I listened to some commentary tracks as well on the Blu-rays.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a year ago at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the only weak spot of the episode, I'd say, is the ending.
Which, to be honest, after Burge got blown up, I mean. That's all I needed. You could have been
honestly, after they have their conversation at the end too, after he tells him he's obsolete and he's going to die, I would have been fine with it ending right there. Like, I don't care to see him get killed or anything. Yeah. It's not the point of the episode, right? We don't see Burgess die. We see the explosion. So who cares?
And most importantly, we didn't see the state come save the boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what would have been cool? A good compromise between Buck and the director, which would have been the second he goes, "You've been deemed obsolete." We cut audio, and the rest is Rod's narration over whatever the fuck nonsense they want to show. That would have been way more effective than watching them go, obsolete, obsolete. Like,
yeah, just put his head down and stare at the ground like, oh, shucks.
They could it could have been the exact same thing. Just cut the audio earlier, and then just have Rod's outro over top of that. It would have been way more effective than listening to them like.
Could it be that the script and the pacing of this episode was so tight that maybe they just ran out of time? They wanted to get it to exactly 24 minutes. Or like, just throw them across the table. We'll just keep filming shit and we'll cut whatever works. We'll fix it in post.
Well, in post they could have extended one of the earlier talkie scenes.
Yeah.
There's more they could have. I don't know, but
I know Rod fought really hard for that, him saying gas in that episode. Because the gas company was a big sponsor of CBS at the time. Anyone pissed the gas company off.
Yeah.
It's just a fact. I don't know. Stupid.
Wouldn't want to piss off our sponsors. What's that remind you of? Hi, YouTube.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah.
No, they get mad when they find out that you're still, supporting all those white supremacists after whatever happened. PewDiePie destroyed YouTube somehow.
No, it's more like Logan Paul.
It was already destroyed by the time he came along, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Are those not the same person? I thought Logan Paul was PewDiePie.
No.
I'd say PewDiePie's done some dumb shit, but Logan Paul put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
Logan
Paul's shit about to humanity.
He's a terrible human being, yes.
Yes.
Which one showed up at the Arizona and Scottsdale?
Logan Paul.
Okay. Okay, now I know the difference.
He's got his house rated.
It's a bad thing that a YouTuber did. Logan Paul did it. I promise me. And if he hasn't done it yet, he will.
He's probably from California, but he sounds like he's from Florida. Every story I hear. I don't give a shit about these people. Fuck them.
Yeah.
So,
outro.
Want to play Rod's outro?
Yeah, I got it.
Chancellor, the late Chancellor, was only partly correct. He was obsolete. But so is the state, the entity he worshipped. Any state, any entity, any ideology that fails to recognize the worth, the dignity, the rights of man, that state is obsolete. A case to be filed under M for Mankind in the Twilight Zone.
Bravo.
Rod, Mr. Serling.
I'm about to show you a picture of something that isn't what it looks like. An item we forgot. A moment for the people who pay the tab. It's often said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Case in point. Before we meet again, try Oasis. You'll know what I mean.
Cancer.
Yeah. I have good news, though. Remember last week when we did Nightmare at 30,000 Feet and then it won the Twitter poll and then it got a kill on my poll? This week, it got 100% Mary. So,
I guess people just make up their minds afterwards.
Who fucking knows? But at least Obsolete Man won 100% with the Mary thing. So that's reassuring in some ways, right?
I mean, what they went up against wasn't really competition, really, but yeah.
It was because it tied like twice.
I was going to say, didn't it tie? Yeah. So, what do I know, right?
Fuck Twitter. I saw people get on there like find out what's winning and then you vote the other way, so it ties. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but
Phoenix, like, we're all so far deep into Twilight Zone as far as looking at it so critically, like compared to other people that just casually watch it. Like we can't understand what goes through those lunatics' minds. I mean, people's minds.
Wait, they're the lunatics?
No, we are.
Okay,
yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, but I'm normal.
Anyway,
yeah. I mean, he's not. Shit, sure. I know. Yep. Blackhawks fan. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you still talking?
One seat.
Breaks last episode. And he wishes to say go to Red Dragons Radio.
Yep. I tried to
have a clip here. we'll do our plugs. We talked enough about this, right? We already did a full episode before. Anything else you guys want to say about this we didn't discuss?
No.
It's fun to go back to these after weeks of Jordan Peele's Twitterverse. I missed original Twilight Zone.
That's why I scheduled this here instead of.
This is perfect. Yeah.
I thought it'd be fun to go do a great episode.
Yeah, it was.
It's been a while.
It was fun watching it again.
Yeah. Jansen?
Loved it. Solid 8 out of 10 or 9. I can't decide.
I give it a 10.
I'll go 8 out of 10. Yeah, definitely 8 out of 10.
That's low.
Yeah, I give it a 9 too.
I give it a full 10.
I mean, I got to give Shadowblade the 10, so it gets the 9. I mean,
Shadowplay also has a 10.
Yeah, it's true. Shadowplay is the perfect Twilight Zone episode.
If you're trying to get if someone asks me what is the Twilight Zone, what can the Twilight Zone be when it's at its best? Which I don't know why someone asked me that, but if they did, this is what I would show them. I wouldn't show them Shadowplay because I'd be like,
no,
let's wait a little bit.
Yeah,
this is what I would show them. It's accessible. You can understand it. It's like a future fear thing where you're like, I like the dystopian episodes. Not a whole lot of them really, but this is a good one.
I wish somebody would do a good iteration of 1984. I really do, because the ones that were terrible.
Yeah, I agree, Frank. 100%. They need to do that one. They need to give the right justice before we actually become 1984.
Well, if you pay
too
attention,
late for China. I mean,
later in this year, they're going to have Wonder Woman 1984. So you're going to get a little bit of
going backwards.
I think you're going to be fine. You're going to be satisfied with that.
No, I won't. Is that pre-Olsen?
Just kill that with fire.
The pre what?
Isn't that Brie bitch? Whatever her name is.
No.
Who's that?
Gal Gadot.
Thank you very much.
God, her name sounds horrible. It sounds like a disease.
She's Wonder Woman. She's DC.
Yeah, I know.
I need to go to the drugstore to get my prescription for my Gal Gadot. You know, my Gal Gadot's flaring up.
Sorry to hear that. Your infection sounds hot.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, let's get out of here, guys. Let's do our plugs here. I already have it preloaded as per usual. So unless there's anything else, we're just gonna play that and get the fuck out of here and take a little break.
We need to change it soon, actually.
Okay. I hit the button twice. Nothing's happening. This is fun.
Jansen, battery.
Time. Wishes to plug. Apparently, reddragonsradio.com. Adam wishes to plug RaidersOfTheLostFlix.com and on YouTube for movie reviews and pop culture discussions. Frank wishes to get plugged in a Holiday Inn for hours and hours. Oh, and also in the Sports Car Podcast, Way Off Topic Radio Podcast. Phoenix wishes to plug LIWstudios.com for all of our videos and podcasts from Loitering in Wonderland.
I gotta fast forward.
Send us yours next time. Until next time, and in the meantime, I am Phoenix West. Joined by Frank Links, Adam Wilcox, and Jansen Carlin. So long, citizens. Shut off the fucking podcast now.
5-minute break.
Yeah.
Scream.
Oh my god, dude! I haven't had a cigarette this whole fucking episode. It's driving me nuts.
Go get them.
I know. Welcome in the kitchen. Quitting's gonna suck. Can't even go an hour.
Never quit.
I got to. I promised myself.
Do you guys like Weird Al? I like Weird Al. He's weird. Hey, so Greg, do you like Weird Al? Greg, I know you're there. Don't ignore me. I'll find you. Oh, Jansen. I hear Frank Slider. Frank. Frank! Do you like Weird Al?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Weird Al Yankovic? Yeah, hell yeah.
No, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That same Weird Al, yeah. I've had Everything You Know Is Wrong, the song he did in '96 on that same album that we're talking about that he covers Coolio song or spoofs Coolio song. I've had that in my head for like a fucking week and a half now.
I don't know that one. I don't think I own the album that had Yoda, Y-O-D-A, Yoda, yo 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 Yoda. Dun, 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 dun.
I know what song you're talking about. I can't think of what album that's on.
It's the one before the one where he did the Coolio.
One before that was
Amish Paradise.
The Nirvana one, Off the Deep End.
Out for the night
from '92.
I think it's off that one.
Yeah, that's got the Nirvana one.
Yeah.
It's got
Yoda.
That was my first Weird Al like CD. Before,
Yeah.
I had the tapes before that, like the '80s ones, the first couple. But Adam, Weird Al, are you a fan?
Yes, big time.
Good. Okay.
What a jam.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Do you know the song "Everything You Know Is Wrong"?
No.
Go check it out. It's a fun song. It's supposed to be nonsense. It's fun.
Wait, what song did he parody?
He's not parodying a song.
Not all of them are parodies. Yeah, it's a lot of. He's got originals as well.
He
They're
does-
like polka.
He does song parodies. He does style parodies. This is a style parody. I guess it's like a They Might Be Giants parody.
Okay.
So
he
it's
does
nonsense lyrics, but
it like if he did a song that sounds like the Beatles but isn't actually a Beatles song, but okay, in the Beatles vein, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. I like it. There's an animated video you can find online with that. It's pretty fun, but it will not leave my fucking head. It's in there.
Wait, what is
But
it called
Jansen did
again?
have Everything You Know Is Wrong.
Everything You Know Is Wrong.
I play it, but we get copyright struck. So
Yep.
I won't do that.
I mean, are we live right now?
Yeah, we're still live, man.
Okay.
It's a bigger pain in the ass to create a different stream than it is to just roll into the next one and record it.
I was walking to the kitchen for some golden grams when I accidentally stepped into a alternate dimension. I don't know how he would sing that.
Why are you starting on lyric 2, like the second part?
It's I didn't want to hit play. It's just the thumbnail for the video.
Oh,
Weird
that's-
Al Yankovic,
that's the
everything
second-
you know is wrong lyrics.
That's the second part.
Well, how would he sing that though?
I was walking to the kitchen when, that sort of thing.
I was walking to the kitchen for some golden grams when I accidentally stepped into an alternate dimension. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't rhyme
So
at all.
like They Might Be Giants.
It's They Might Be Giants. It doesn't have to rhyme. Everything you know is wrong. Black is white, up is down, and short is long. Everything you used to think is so important doesn't. And he has a lyric. Forget the lyrics and sing along, which I love because it's nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Demento. That's it. That's where guys break. Dr. Demento.
You guys want to start?
Sure.
Is Jansen bound?
We're down to Jansen. Is he out for this one?
Did he overheat? Did
Yeah.
Jansen overheat?
He's going to fix something.
His hood's up.
He said, Oh, sorry. That was from earlier where he said he's going to grab lube and stuff. I got to dip out. My AC's fucked. Need to figure this out. And I said, how dare you? And he said, I'm sorry, man. I'm going to say, you let me down. I have lost my faith in fucking iPhone Jansenism.
Wow.
Oh,
you know what's funny? Jansenism auto-corrected.
Jansenism.
It corrected my mistake to Jansenism. That's what the fuck is Jansenism? Is that a thing?
It's got to be if it corrected to it.
It's a religion. I don't want to practice it. Sorry.
I do.
It really is a Christian movement of the 17th and 18th centuries based on Jansen's writings and characterized by moral rigor and asceticism.
Holy shit.
Oh,
No
my
way.
goodness.
This is staying on the podcast. Let's
That's
start with
awesome.
Steve. So let's go.
I know Jansen was famous. Like
Yeah.
that.
Infamous. He's infamous.
Or
You guys, let's go with
Famous. He's infamous.
let's go with the Simpsons intro, shall we? Let's
Dude.
go with this one.
Otto, you gotta do something. There's a gremlin on the side of the bus.
Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review.
Oh, dear Lord, some sort of hideous monster. Oh, isn't that cute? He's trying to claw my eyes out.
Hello? Hello?
Bored already.
Miss Elva Keene lives alone on the outskirts of London Flats, a tiny rural community in Maine. Up until now, the pattern of Miss Keene's existence has been that of lying in her bed or sitting in her wheelchair reading books, listening to a radio, eating, napping, taking medication, and waiting for something different to happen. Miss Keene doesn't know it yet, but her period of waiting has just ended.
Ew.
For something different is
She got a
about to
period?
happen to her, has in fact already begun to happen, via two most unaccountable telephone calls in the middle of a stormy night. Telephone calls routed directly through the Twilight Zone.
And the Guinness Book of World Records for the bitch that says the word hello.
Yeah.
Times in a half hour than anyone else ever lived.
We're still listening to that, Frank. You done? Okay. Welcome to the LIW Twilight Zone review, episode 191. I'm Phoenix West.
I'm Frank.
Wilcox.
Today we're talking about Night Call 519 of the original show. It's our first episode going back to the original show in like 2 months, something like that. It's fucking crazy.
And so long, citizens.
Hello?
Hello?
This is
Hello?
a perfect episode for Jansen.
We're trying to reach you about your extended warranty. Hello?
He always has a thing where if he can't hear something, he'll just go, hello? Like that. It's fucking funny. And here he is with a perfect opportunity, and he dips out. Shut the fuck up, Frank. He dips out and leaves us high-hatted. It's offensive, and I'm pissed at him, and he's dead to me, and I no longer believe in Jansenism. I'm not a Jansenite anymore.
Is it at least Christian based?
I told you, yeah.
You are an unbeliever.
Obsolete.
Obsolete.
He's obsolete.
Jansen is obsolete.
So, guys.
Jansen walked into the forest one day, and he came back with some writings.
You have to look at the secret glasses into a box. Nobody else can be present.
And then moved to Utah. Yeah.
LC.
Utah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so Night Call. I put out a poll today. Let's start with this because this episode we have nothing to say about. A couple things. I did my Mary Fuck Kill, which is per norm. It got Mary with 50% of the vote. Fuck got 10. Kill got 40.
At least 40% of the, I wouldn't say population, but at least 40% like actually, watch this probably, I guess.
Well, Frank, this is where we start the debate.
Oh, there's like dialogue even.
Yeah. No, between you and me, apparently. So
Okay,
put a pause on that. Another poll I put up is because this is an honest question because it's a real serious issue with the Twilight Zone. I wrote, who does the Twilight Zone want to kill more? Gladys Cooper from this episode. She's also Nothing in the Dark, Passage on Lady Anne, and Night Call this episode. Or Ed Wynn, One for the Angels, or 90 Years Without Slumbering.
Her. Really her. I mean, even though the devil does come for Ed Wynn both times, I think, right? Doesn't or no. But I mean, literally death comes for her every damn time.
Exactly. I vote for Gladys Cooper.
Yeah.
She won with 90% of the votes, by the way. Gladys Cooper, all 3 of her episodes is about her going off to fucking die. In this episode, she isn't dying, but she's clearly like, Death's like, go fuck yourself, you're next. That's what it's about.
She should
has one episode where he defeats Death and tricks it, and he dies anyway, but he goes in willingly. The second episode is where he goes, nah, fuck Death, I don't care, and he lives. So with that math, I'm going Gladys Cooper.
Definitely.
Yeah. Both people, though.
Sometimes he's the gas man. Last week he was the electric man.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? I love that they have a British actress. They have a British actress. And then Rod comes on and goes, she's from London Flats. I go, oh, good. One of the rare episodes that isn't about war or another planet where it's not set in the States.
In Maine.
And then he goes, London Flats in Maine.
But she has a British accent nonetheless.
What the fuck is to say it's in London, bitch? No. Come on, Rod, bitch. To say it's in London. He won't like he took baby steps. He's like, no, it's in Maine. I'm just fucking. Anyway, it was a phone call. And then
one of these days the Twilight Zone will take place in Europe.
There's a scene in Mute in the beginning of Mute. Remember they're in Germany.
Yep.
That's it.
It's pretty much it.
I can't think of anything else that's not.
And then they moved to Germany, Pennsylvania, or something.
Yeah, Germantown.
Yeah. Which that actually is a place.
Yeah, it is. But can you name another episode? Oh, I thought of one that's but that's supposed to be in Germany. So you know what I'm talking about. That's supposed to be there.
What, from season 4?
No, from season 2. 3? Season 3?
Oh, yeah, Death has okay,
yeah, that's supposed to be there because that's where the concentration camps are.
Dachau, yeah.
Yeah. So that doesn't count. I'm looking for a regular episode not about, like I said, war or space. That's not set in the States.
Nope.
In the jungle, he talks about Africa, but we don't really fucking see Africa, really.
I mean, in the short story that it's adapted from, they were in Africa a lot. I think the whole thing happened in Africa, I believe. I could be wrong about that.
I fucking hate that episode.
It's
Anyway,
so
I'm Phoenix West. Did we say that? We did that,
Yeah.
right? Okay. What the fuck am I? I don't know where to begin with this episode because it is literally just a series of non-phone calls where a woman gets essentially what is it? A phone call equivalent of a ding-dong ditch. And then she answers the phone, goes, hello? Why are you calling if you're not going to say hello? And that's the episode.
like the guy on the other line literally goes, or hello, or he goes, he says something like, I'm not going to bother you because I do what you tell me. And she doesn't react to any of it correctly. Like, it's not in pace with each other. He's going, hello. She's like, hello, cutting him off and shit. I want to know who's calling me, but I'm gonna keep cutting him off and scream hello at him.
I forgot I put up a third poll, which is which haunted telephone episode is better, long distance call or night call?
Long distance call.
I disagree. Night call won with 66.7%.
Yeah, it's a hard call. They both are just terrible.
I don't mind this episode.
Really?
I actually like this episode.
Yeah,
I was sitting here waiting. I'm like, did we watch the same episode?
Okay, Adam, take it, man. What did you like about it?
I'm getting like this kind of reminds me of like one of those classic like Hammer horror type movies. You got the lightning in the background. You got a little bit of storm. You got a pretty good setup. You got some genuinely unsettling phone call prankery going around. Plus, can I mention that this actress has a really kick-ass accent? I love her like proper British accent. I don't know. I just think that's cool. All right. It kind of reminded me a little bit of a Hammer horror episode. And some of the phone calls, especially when the guy's just kind of going, like I wanted to laugh, but the more I heard it, it started to become unsettling, and it kind of gave me goosebumps a little bit. And I like where this episode went. I found it genuinely unsettling, and I thought it was pretty well acted and pretty well paced as well. There's definitely a lot of tension building going on it. I know not a lot happens, but they make good use with what little is there.
I completely agree with everything Adam just said. It works for me. I hate long distance call. Other than the fact that I thought it was funny that a grandma tries to kill a child by making him drown in a little koi pond out back. But other than that,
I mean,
what?
I thought it was hysterical. I mean, like she's just trying to kill his kid over and over. And over.
Yeah, you think it's hysterical outside of the actual episode itself, though?
Yeah, this one is just. I mean, I remember the first time I watched it because I was watching it like I think it was like late at night because it was on a marathon. I think and it was like 2 a.m. So and it was a bit unsettling, like you know, Adam was saying, like they did capture the atmosphere and all that, and she is a good actress, but you know, after watching them all a couple times and watching this with more of like, you know, I already know what's going to happen. Like I couldn't get the last episode she was in with Robert Redford out of my head. Like that's all I kept thinking about. I think I think that episode ruined this one for me, to be honest with you.
Well, same thing with me and Ed Wynn, where I just hated 90 Years of Slumbering. I think it's a terrible fucking episode.
That was a rough episode.
I hate that episode.
It is really bad.
Yeah, but I mean, we're going from Ed Wynn season 1, episode 2 to season 4. I mean, this chick was like within the same 2 months of each other almost. It felt like it wasn't that close, I know, but
No, Nothing in the Dark is season 3.
that's what I mean. Season 3 to season 5. I mean, it's
Yeah.
well, in TZ years, that's only 2 years.
But
one was
when it came out, when the next one is, I was just thinking about it, and it made me think, oh, this. I hated the episode on its own, but this one, I remember when we did that episode, I was like, this isn't what I remember from the phone call. This today is the episode I remember from the phone call episode.
Okay,
so this is the one I was looking forward to. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, you were having a hard time like describing because like it was right on the edge of your mind, like because it was like right on the edge of my mind, like what episode was she from? Oh my god, it's like, oh yeah, that's right. Took me like
This
5
one,
minutes.
And we're going off what Adam was saying. It's a really simple episode. There's not a whole lot of story. You don't find out much, but that's kind of the point. It's like it's an urban. In the early days of this podcast, I would describe them as certain genres. One of them was urban legend. This is an urban legend episode. This is 100%. You would read this in the Scary Stories is Tell in the Dark book.
Yep.
It's one of those type of stories. It's urban legend. That's all it is. And
it could be a creep show or even a Tales from the Crypt, honestly. It would fall into that.
Yeah. This is like the first creepypasta ever.
Yeah.
But I like this episode. I like Rod's simple, concise introduction. He doesn't put too much into it. He doesn't tell you what's happening. He just says she's getting phone calls. Let's find out. He doesn't spoil it like he did in some early season 5 episodes.
God.
He doesn't, but he sets it up nice enough and kind of goes, "Here's the story." And the story is a old woman keeps getting a phone call, and the person, she doesn't hear anything for a while, keeps hanging up, but she doesn't hear the dial tone. She doesn't hear the actual hang up noise. It just cuts out like it never happened. And that's really the whole story. Is her maid comes over, she talks to the maid, and the maid's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, she listens to the phone. The maid never reacts to the phone ringing, which is kind of
one time that she does, though, is she picks up the phone. It's not the creepy caller. It's actually the phone company, which I thought was a nice touch because I kept thinking that. I'm like, well, why don't she pick up the damn phone and get creep called? But somehow the party, I don't want to skip ahead. The party knows not to talk when she answers the phone. So at least I got that.
You think it's all in her head anyway? That's why.
That's kind of what I'm building to here. Let's finish the synopsis and then we'll get into that, because that is the most interesting part of this. Is she, because it's so fucking simple and straightforward. It's her continuously answering a phone call and nobody responding. Eventually the voice goes, hello, hello, and that's it. And then it's her calling. It's the main character calling the phone company and being like, "Who the fuck's calling me? What the fuck?" And the phone company's like, "Wait, electrical thing. It's probably just cross wires and drop connections and shit like that. You know, typical corporate bullshit."
Typical Spectrum. Yeah.
There was a storm. There's damn wires everywhere. It's going to take a little bit. You know, you're lucky your phone's even working to begin with. So, you know, be happy. Well, is it going to happen again? Well, I don't know. I'll consult my local tarot card reader and let you know.
And the reason I put off that conversation of is it real or not is because the next plot point is when Adam was saying is when she calls from the phone company and says, "We traced the call that the call that was where it was coming from, and there's some down wires there, so nobody could have called from there." So it makes you go, "There's evidence that it happened in real life, because otherwise, how do they trace phone lines if there wasn't actually a call that took place?" Does that make sense, Adam?
Yes.
Frank's walking away. We got 2 quitters in the show. 2 quitters. What the fuck's going on? I'm leading host.
Fuck you.
They trace it to some down wires. Eventually, the old lady leaves the house, and the maid's like, "I don't advise you leave the house. We haven't done this in years." They go out there. It's the wire detached on the grave of her ex-fiance from 1933.
Brian.
I was like, she's like, he died. And I was like, oh, he fucking killed himself to get away from you. But she ends up telling the story that she was driving the car. She's a woman driver, so she's terrible. Hits a tree or something, and then he flies out the windshield and dies. And I was like, that makes sense. This adds up.
She was kind of graphic about it too.
Yeah, she seemed a little like she's rumbling out under her blanket.
He went right through the windshield. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck she was doing. She was really reminiscing.
Yeah. I can't believe he was just tore all the fuck up. And I was like, wow.
His cock broke the windshield first. He went cock first. She's like,
he was all cock. That's what I used to call him. Well, all cock Brian.
See that kind of party, I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potato.
Windshield smasher.
Yeah. Mashed potato fucker. Yep.
Yeah. It just keeps going in graphic detail about how hung this guy was and how he's dead. And clearly she's guilty about it. And she
also admitted that he's a submissive and she's a dominatrix, which I thought was kind of weird.
I know. She was pegged. They were leaving the Hampton Inn.
Really?
Tell us what happens in a Hampton Inn.
You hear it every goddamn.
WB? Oh.
Get me off of the goddamn screen, Adam.
So for the podcast listener, Adam just put Frank on the big screen and wrote in the quotes like a comic book text. Yeah. I like that you had that ready.
I originally made that for Pete, but it kind of fits Frank too. So
kind of, it fits Frank way better.
It really does. I'm sorry, Frank.
Okay, I mean, there's a reason Phoenix knows all about it, and everyone else does.
We're having fun here.
I'm not ashamed of anything. I don't give a shit.
We're having fun like we're in a Hampton Inn.
Oh fuck yeah!
Whatever. Throw it up
couches every time.
You might right in the Frank.
Yeah, I mean, you might think $100 a night is a lot, but not when you're ruining a couch. It's basically you're buying a couch for $100 and having a good time. I mean, how can you put a price on that?
Hold on, they charge you for the couch.
Very interesting, but stupid.
I thought we agreed on not too many clips.
That's how you feel after you come. You go, oh, what I do.
Yeah.
Seemed like a good idea.
Oh, the old lady. Sorry.
She's on the period.
I meant to bring this up last time, but Jansen cut me off. Fritz Weaver died 4 years ago. That's it.
Really?
Yeah. He died in 2016.
Shit. He was wearing his pants up to his fucking tits back then?
Yeah.
God damn.
I mean, she died. Let me look at
He was part of the mass celebrity exodus of 2016.
She died in 1971 at the age of 82, which makes
I'm
sense.
shocked at that.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked it wasn't 1965.
She doesn't look in ill health, but she's clearly elderly at this point. But she's only in her 60s here. 60s back in the 60s was fucking ancient.
Rough. Yeah. Was she in a car crash like before this? Like
She looks a couple years older than Rod.
Oh, sorry. She died at 82, so she was in her 70s in this, but still. You could tell they
she made it almost to 100?
82?
60, 70, 80, 70, 80, 90. So like mid 90s, right?
She died at age 82.
Oh.
Yeah. So you could tell they kind of did, they helped along her age with some makeup a little bit. Like they tried to extend, make her wrinkles pop out. You could tell they were doing that.
They took some of the makeup off.
The last movie you did has some make. I want to take his makeup.
I need surgery.
Nick Cassavetes, call us.
Fuck. Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons demon. Whatever. I don't know what you guys are talking about last episode.
I'm a face off.
I figured you were, but the last one I saw was Demon Knight with it, so yeah, I'm going there. Moving on.
So yeah, they find the down wire on the grave, and she realizes it's her ex-fiance Brian, right?
Brian.
She goes home. She answers the phone immediately, and she's like, "Brian, big dick Brian who flew out the windshield dick first. Fuck that tree when he hit it, Brian."
All cock Brian.
This is where the episode gets hilarious to me, is because it could have been a sweet episode where he's like, "Oh, come to me, sweetie," which is what I expect, which is what most people expect. Come to me, sweetie. A typical urban legend storyline where she's near death, kind of like Nothing in the Dark. She's receiving like messages from beyond, beckoning her to come into the light. That's what I expected. Adam, was that what you were expecting as well?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's what the general audience is expecting. But instead, this is where I take this episode and I gave it a 7. Is instead of that, because she told him to fuck off before, he goes, "You told me to fuck off, and I have a big dick that went through the windshield. What the fuck, bitch?" And she's like, "No, don't go anywhere. I'm so sorry. Please come with me. Just talk to me." And he's like, "Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna go fuck some girl.
Hello.
I got a halo, and I can't even fit my dick in that thing. It's that big." And then
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it gets really graphic. It's fucking bizarre. But then he hangs up on the bitch, and she's like, she sits there all sad, and I'm like, I was waiting for that third act because she's sitting there in her bed dying because she's so
like,
old.
"I don't want to be alone anymore." And he's like, "No, I'm hanging up on you now, though."
Yeah,
So bye.
She's crippled from that accident. She's been crippled since 1933, which is what his tombstone reads. So she's been sitting there for 31 fucking years at this point, laying there. And then I expected her to go, "Oh, I still love him and I miss him. Oh, go be sweet in the night." But instead it's Rod coming and going, "This bitch learned a lesson when she's an octogenarian. Don't be a piece of shit." And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this episode's amazing.
Appreciate the big cock that you got.
Yeah.
Also, because I watched so much Mystery Science Theater, there was a couple of times, and then finally I stopped. Every time she said hello, it's like, "Hi, we're trying to reach you about your expired warranty. We want to extend the warranty on your car." And then I felt bad because I found out she's like crippled and in a wheelchair from a car accident. So the expired warranty thing, not as funny as I initially thought.
No, it's funny.
It's still funny. Yeah.
It's not real. It's not real. She is a dead person in real life.
Mm-hmm.
But she had a cool accident. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, so Phoenix, what did you hear?
Advertisements.
All made out of aluminium.
More advertisements.
I swear to God, up to 2 years ago, I thought aluminium and aluminum were two different things. I was like, I don't remember reading that on a periodic table. What is that?
I'm going to take a lift up to my flat and grab an aluminium hat.
My poor name is Aluminium.
An aluminium wheel hat. That's good. That's actually good.
Albert Luminium. I go by Al for short.
Wah, wah.
So you heard that, Phoenix?
so
Did you hear anything every time she said hello?
I heard Jansen, like I said.
Okay, so I heard. Remember that song? It's like hello.
Lionel Richie. You heard Lionel Richie?
Every time she said hello, I heard hello.
Hello from the other side.
I hear your cock went through the windshield. And you fucked the oak tree upon removal. Now I'm in this chair.
I had to bury you 7 feet deep for reasons.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your smile.
I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. It's you that's calling me. Hello.
So many lots
of my cock's in your throat. It's so big it makes you smile.
Big Dick Brian.
Big Dick Brian died. And
R.I.P.
Okay, let's get back to reality. Snap back to reality. Let's talk about Mom Spaghetti, but let's talk about
spaghetti.
I love that it's a big fuck you to this character, and he literally says in the outro, which you'll play soon, but not yet. But he says she learned a responsibility. I'm like, the bitch is an octogenarian. What the fuck is she gonna learn lying in a bed? Does she really need to learn a lesson right now?
I mean, the TV really late to the call right here, Rod. I mean,
this is what I say earlier when we first started doing our shows together, Frank. You always said like the Twilight Zone punishes people, and I go, not necessarily. This woman had an accident, and a guy died.
She could have been smoking meth at the time. You don't know.
Yeah.
Cocaine, if anything.
Yeah, definitely cokehead, dude. I mean, that was.
I mean, you said so. She was giving the guy a hand job, and he drove into a tree. She was
give a hand job with one hand with that guy. So you got to fucking.
She's driving and jerking.
Chump. You got to really get at that guy. And the car careened off the road and smacked the fucking oak tree, which he fucked on the way out. He's fucked one of those tree nut things and gave some squirrels some nuts. And I don't blame her though for this accident. It sounds like she lost control the way she described it, unless she's a horrible liar. But it's like she got tortured, and then Rod's like, bitch, should have learned a lesson. Now she's crippled and dying. Fuck you, bitch. Bye.
It's like, I think the lesson that she's learning is she's alive.
What the fuck is that, Rod?
No, come on, Rod. Really? Have a heart, man.
Yeah, that's why I was like, holy shit, this ending is awesome.
Rod's like, I just work here. I mean, you know.
So it sounds like I liked it the best, and then Adam, and then Frank.
Yeah, I mean,
I was scored a little higher than you. I was going to give this one an 8 out of 10. I like this one.
You gave Obsolete Man an 8 out of 10. Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much, Adam.
I thought they were both good episodes.
Where are you? You're over here.
Can't take it away from him. Yeah.
No.
It is.
Okay, so Adam liked it better than I did, apparently. Although because
I was entertained by this episode.
Yeah, but entertained, I think Obsolete Man is way fucking better than this.
It might be too, because like I said, we spent weeks doing Jordan Peele's Twitterverse, and then we came back to this, and I'm like, oh, I love classic Twilight Zone again. God damn it. Even the shitty ones are good, 8 out of 10.
I can't disagree with him on that.
I kind of weighed myself in a little bit. So, because I was skipping around a little bit, just bored earlier. And like I said, I was looking up Twilight Zone shit all day because I have a bunch of intros. I have 16 introductions for the show now, 16 theme songs.
Awesome.
So, look forward to that shit. All from different TV shows. So, yeah, it's going to take a while to get through them all. But a lot of them are Futurama. They had 6 of them. But, yeah. I like the episode. And I thought I was gonna hate it. I was really expecting today to be like, fuck this episode. Fuck. But I really liked it. I don't know. Frank, what do you give it out of 10?
5.
That's not too bad.
I didn't like this at all.
Okay.
I mean, I hated a lot worse.
What didn't you like about it? I guess is where we'll start with that rating.
Just the hello thing. It got on my nerves after a while. It really did.
from the other side.
Hello. She had like two tones. It was hello or hello. It was one or the other. And it was over and over. It was so repetitive.
Let me show you something, Adam. Go ahead and talk, Frank.
I was just saying, like, what is he doing? He is a lunatic. He is out of his fucking mind. 16 intros? What is he doing? What is that? Oh, did you build it yet? You finished it?
You build it. I will come all over this.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, nice.
It is really getting there, isn't it?
It's a nice project. Yeah.
All I'm gonna
Are
do
you
now.
gonna put like real spaghetti on it and then like dry it?
I'm gonna paint this shit. I'm done. I'm gonna paint it now.
You going moon gray?
Moon gray. Well, technically elephant gray.
What's the difference?
They don't sell moon gray for some reason. So, for the listeners, I'm holding up a ball I made out of styrofoam, and I put 2 bottles of giant tacky glue on this to make craters and mountains. If you look,
I was going to ask, did you whittle that thing, or did you?
I just put glue on top, so you got little craters.
That's really good.
It took
actually.
fucking a week, 2 weeks, however long it's been. If you look,
Well,
you can see like ridges and stuff.
Make sure you get Tycho's crater on the bottom, the South Pole.
It's not the moon.
Oh,
it is supposed to be the moon. I'm just not doing it.
I'm just saying. Tycho's crater is pretty fucking like obvious when you say it. It's that one crater on the bottom that kind of covers half the goddamn thing.
Yeah, I'm not going for accuracy. I'm just making a moon.
Tycho Brahim.
How about this? Mr. Science 3000 will be over top of that. Just use your imagination. Okay.
Yeah, the other side of the moon looks so much different than the one that we see all the time. It's very strange how different it is. I always thought that was weird.
Anyway,
That's where the undesirables go.
I should be done with it soon. So
there must be a lot of them because there's a lot more smaller craters on that side. It's like little people
hanging up in the background when I move offices. It's gonna be hanging somewhere back here for every episode we do. So
Nice.
I'm trying to put a little work into it, you know.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. I didn't want to go this color with it. Like I on the tattoo I got the kind of the yellow one they do.
How many hours does that take?
I don't know, 3 or 4.
Damn, that's quick.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of detail for 3 hours.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, should be done with that soon. But anyway, the episode. I was thinking Adam would get a kick out of that, but he was totally indifferent.
No, he's mesmerized. Look at him. He's
No,
like,
I like it.
wow.
Yeah.
He's like, I want
It
that.
looks better when it's painted.
I want that on both ass cheeks. Like half.
You know how much work I put? How many different grays I have? I have all different grays.
The thing is, every time I see the when I watch Mystery Science reruns, and they always do the cutaways for the commercials, and they show that thing spinning. I'm always thinking, is that like spaghetti that they like glued on there, or because it looks like spaghetti? I thought maybe you were going to put spaghetti on it.
No, that would just rot and smell awful.
Yeah.
No,
He
what they have there
spray
is,
spray with hairspray. He preserves it.
they have on that show. It's what is that shit called?
Yarn?
No, it's like a plaster type. It's a spray, and you put it like
Paris.
around. What
Plaster Paris.
is that? What you put around like window? You used to put it back in the day. You used to put around window seals.
Oh,
That
caulk.
shit. No, it's not caulk. It's a spray.
Asbestos.
Probably was made out of that. But it was a yellow. I think it came out a little whiter, but it dried yellow. So if you go into like old windows and look at the seal, it had like this gross yellow foam stuff.
It was white at one time, and then yellow from the
That's what I'm
sun.
saying. It turns yellow. I put this on my old windows in my old house, and you spray it on there, and it turns this gross yellow. I made a ball. I actually made a previous Mr. Science Theater ball like 20 years ago out of that stuff, and it looked great. But it,
I really have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not a carpenter. I'm an electrician, sir.
Yeah, but if next time you're looking, look at like old windows in the inside and like attics, because you don't cover it up in an attic. Why would you? Who gives a shit? And it's just like in the inside of the window seal, or like in the inside where they try to insulate it from down below, so no air is coming up into the attic. You know, they do it in there, mostly in attics.
Where else would they might do it?
There you go.
Maybe like the side of the house louvers, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not going to go into detail. I know what you're trying to do, Frank. So it's that stuff, but that's what they made that ball out of. It looks like that's what I'm guessing just by looking at it. That's It looks very reminiscent of that. Or it's a spray foam. That way you get the lines coming down in the spray.
It worked.
My last ball looked better than this one. This one's okay.
I'm just messing with you.
Anyway.
Yeah,
well,
so like Rob, I guess. I don't know where else to go with this.
No, let's talk a little bit more. We're pretty quick in this episode. Oh, yeah, do Rod, and then we'll talk about the implications of the episode and what we think actually happened.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah.
According to the Bible, God created the heavens and the earth. It is man's prerogative and woman's to create their own particular and private hell. Case in point, Miss Elva Keene, who in every sense has made her own bed and now must lie in it. Sadder but wiser by dint of a rather painful lesson in responsibility. Transmitted from the Twilight Zone.
I don't know any of that.
Okay, guys, a couple things I want to say. There's a Whoopi Goldberg movie called The Telephone, where she's talking to a telephone for 90 minutes.
Ugh.
And at the end, they reveal phone's not plugged in. That's a whole movie.
Well, I mean, they pulled off a phone booth.
Phone booth had a plot.
It's true.
Beyond the phone. She's literally talking on a phone, and then it ends with, oh, the phone wasn't plugged in. She's crazy.
Was it all exposition from her and you didn't hear the other person on the other side? Or did you?
I haven't seen it since I was a child, so I just remember that happening. And my dad, every once in a while, when I was talking to him, would pop up and go, you need to do that movie, and I cannot find a copy of it.
What's it called again?
The Telephone.
Very generic.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one. That's a long Google search.
So I think I would feel that way about that movie, what Frank's feeling about this one in only 25 minutes.
That's a lot of Google images of Whoopi Goldberg having a cell phone in her hand.
Not a cell phone. That's from 1988.
Yeah, but good luck telling Google that.
There's your link over there.
There you go.
A crazy out of work actress. They say it in word 2. A crazy out of work actress. Vashti Blue spends all her time in her small apartment with her pet owl and her telephone, which she uses to
owl?
all her problems with life. Rip Torn directed it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Rip Torn.
Now I have to see this again. Are you looking up the link, Adam?
What link?
In the chat. These pictures are great. Oh God. She's got a fish bowl. Why does she have a fish bowl?
She's Whoopi Goldberg. She's crazy.
Well, it says in word 2, she's crazy.
I know. And has a pet owl, apparently. You have to be crazy to have a pet owl.
Yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of other voices in there, so apparently they're all imaginary. I don't know. That movie looks fucking terrible. It has a 4.5.
You want me to share this?
What?
You want me to share this?
Yeah, might as well. It's god awful. I haven't seen it since I was a child. But yeah, scroll through there. Pet owl. There's no owl in the picture.
Wow, that's really 80s. Look at the front of that fucking VHS. That's a lot. That's a lot of 80s colors right there.
There's actual VHS spread coming up here. Keep going. There it is. Look at that.
Woof.
Keep going. All right.
That does not look like something I would rent from Blockbuster ever.
The case is so fucking boring. That looks like
This one. Is she painted? Is that?
I remember when she was like a big draw too. I like when she was put on Star Trek Next Generation. That was like a real big deal.
Well,
yeah, no eyebrows. Always got me.
Pre-Oscar for Ghost. This is, yeah. I have
She's
no idea.
on the line and off the wall. She's on the line and off the wall.
Yeah. El Telefono.
No, La
Whoopi.
Telefona.
Anyway, that's a movie that exists. So if you're curious, if you can give me a copy of that movie, let me know.
Literally never heard of it until you mentioned it today.
VoidTingerWonderland@gmail.com. Let me know.
Not for nothing, but this movie looks right up both your guys' alleys.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, this is primed.
It's gonna be bad, Adam. We should do this.
The phone is that zebra?
Only if we can riff the shit out of it.
Yeah, zebra. It's zebra.
The phone is zebra.
If you have a copy of this movie, please call me over and over and do it your best coming voice into the phone, like in this episode.
He'll never answer.
My dick is sticking on the top of my grave. It's over 6 feet. Yeah. The whole time this episode, I was like,
"Oh, my joke!
Unplug the goddamn phone, you bitch!" That's all I kept screaming. And then the maid comes in and is like, "There you go, mystery
Yeah,
solved."
but all you hear is "bong," and eventually you'll hear beep 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 beep. Yeah.
The point is, she wasn't hearing that. That's kind of the.
Well, she tried to wrap it up in a knitted blanket because everything this chick wears, she knitted herself apparently. Because she slept in something she knitted in while she's laying under something she knit, and then she wrapped the phone up in something she knit.
If you're laying in bed for 31 years,
Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna knit myself. I'm gonna be a crocheting machine.
oh yeah, it's gonna be insane up there. It's gonna be like a Bangladesh sweatshop up there. It's gonna be insane. Like, I'm making everything up there.
Oh, you know, it kills me. Like and the phone. The other thing that drove me nuts is my fucking cell phone ring is almost identical to that phone ring.
I was reading into it. Apparently, that phone is from 1933.
Really?
That's what it
I
said.
thought it was a bit old for the 64-ish crap.
So that's why she's getting phone calls on that phone.
Surprised she didn't put up to her ear. Hello, hello.
I thought it looked too new to be 1933.
Because it did say Klondike 54425 or something.
I also read into that. I finally understand the Klondike thing as of today. So Klondike is this K, so 5. So literally her phone number is 555.
And above it said K.
Yeah, which is 5.
I know.
So 555, yada yada yada. And I didn't realize they changed it, so they're actually releasing 555 numbers to the public. So it's only 555-0001 through 0199 that are available for movies now, which is weird.
Was that after the Jenny song 86753?
No,
Like I bet that person was really upset about that song.
Rick Springfield was not too happy, but
was it his real number?
No, it's Jenny's number. It's Jenny.
Was it the real Jenny? Really?
I don't know if that's the real Jenny, but it's a Jenny. You got to find out the area code first, sir. You got to track that shit down. Good luck.
Google it.
Well, there can only be so many area codes with that specific number.
999. You got to find that shit.
That's not that many in the grand scheme of things.
I'm just saying, look, if you want to dial all those numbers, go right ahead, Frank. I'd love to find out your results.
It's literally 0.001% of the population that I'd have to call.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
That's still a lot of fucking people.
I guarantee there's a Jenny up in there.
Sir.
Jenny? Fucking stop it. I get it. So you're going to get some guy in Boston with one of those calls. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Rick.
Mr. Springfield, with all due fuck yourself.
Fucking Springfield. Just screaming it.
I want you to recut this episode with like just ridiculous things on the other end of the phone. Like, pick up the phone. Or we've been trying to reach you about your expired warranty. Or hi, this is Microsoft calling. You have a virus on your computer. Just bullshit like that.
Hey, I'm a hot single in your area. Hey, it's Big Dick Brian. I fucked that windshield in that oak tree. You gonna call me back, bitch? Anyway, bye.
You owe money to the IRS.
Oh, fuck.
Do that. Your porn videos are overdue. Please.
You have an overdue videotape from Blockbuster.
You rented Big Booty Bitches 37. Please bring it back.
I had one call me from Microsoft that said my IP address had expired.
That doesn't happen.
No, a person this age, though, in this episode will fall for that.
Right.
You live in Florida, so you must get a lot of those.
Oh, you have no fucking idea.
No, I don't. They don't call here.
So many.
Yeah. They don't get cursed out.
So
we're looking up what area code for that. Yeah. Or your nephew's in a federal prison. Please send $1,000 to, like, I've heard those too.
I've done that before, and it happened to be my friend Justin. He was in jail. Like, that wasn't a joke.
Yeah, you can call him back and go, "Hey, is this guy in jail?"
Last time I talked to him too, I sent him $100 in jail. He's like, "Yo, I'll get you back when I get out of here." I don't know if he's dead or what. I hope he's all right. I would like my $100 back, Justin. By the way,
Sounds like he's dead.
Yeah, probably.
Do you want to do a unsolved mysteries on Justin right now?
Okay, everybody go find All Day Jigga J from Detroit, who moved to South. That's how he said it. Yo, I'm Justin from Detroit. You know, All Day J.
So Night Call's good,
Mm-hmm.
despite what Frank said. I like the episode. What's next week? Do you have a clip for next week, Frank?
Nah, Rod stopped doing that back in season 3.
Yeah, because he's gone. So
Pretty much.
next week is From Agnes - with love.
I watched it. I can tell you, it's a hoot. It's a comedy.
After that is Spur of the Moment.
What? What's one after that?
Spur of the Moment. So we'll be covering those 2 episodes next week.
I watched the first 10 minutes of that one's hard to get. Oh boy.
Yeah, we have a lot of bad episodes to get through in season 5.
Yeah. You think Peel's bad? Peel ain't got nothing on Serling, man. I hate to say it. I don't think Peel could do this bad.
Hey, at least Richard Donner did next week's
Exactly.
episode from Agnes. Richard Donner did it.
I guess that's
one thing I could talk about. It's got a 6.5.
That's
Spur of
amazing.
the Moment has a 7.2.
Just goes to show you can't trust IMDb for shit.
Nope.
This is the part of the series where it's just coasting into the end on the fumes, right? Just
It was done already by this point. Yeah. Yeah. Rod was checked out. He was
Buck
like,
is gone.
"What are you guys doing?" Yeah.
No Buck, barely any Rod.
Rod's like, "I just bought a new house. I got to do it and shit."
Big Dick Brian was gone. He's dead. Oh,
Yep.
he's got nothing. You got Richard Donner. You got
That's
Dick
it.
Donner. That's it.
No more Shatner. No more Burge.
No more, even better than Burge.
Jack Klugman.
No, we do got, but thank God we have what's his face, fucking the writer, Hammy Jr. Thank God we got him to be the caboose of this train wreck.
What a way to go out in the show with who's our worst. Let's give him the last one. That way everyone can blame him.
He was quoted as saying, "I think I'm the one that killed the Twilight Zone." I'm like, yes, Hammy, you are. Self-aware were we?
Yeah. And the week after that, we're doing 3 episodes. I don't know if you guys saw the schedule yet.
No, I never do.
It's all on the LIW TZ review Twitter feed. This episode didn't get I did my Mary Fuck Kill. It got I already said that, didn't I? Yeah. 50% Mary. Okay. Sorry, I forgot I already did it. Yeah. I like this episode. It might be the last one I like until Occurrence at Oak Creek Bridge.
And that's not even TZ.
No.
So is that even fair to say?
It's fair, but it's also not fair. It's both. And then the masks, and then maybe Jeopardy Room, and then nothing.
No, I think we got the Encounter coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good. Yeah.
We got another puppet one. Then we got
The Encounter, for all you for all these Star Trek fans out there, we got oh my, that guy. It's his first ever.
George Takei.
Yep,
George Takei.
Yep. In the
You say
Encounter.
puppets, and a young Charles Band somewhere's like, oh, yay, puppets. All right.
I don't know who that is.
Charles Band has got a hard on.
Charles Band is the guy that did the Puppet Master movies.
Some of the world, Charles Band got a full moon.
I've never seen any of those.
You're not missing nothing, man. Unless you're really terrified of puppets, they're pretty laughably bad.
Yeah, don't do anything for me.
If you're listening to the live show or watching the live show or even the podcast tomorrow night, Wednesday, every Wednesday we do LIW the Tales from the Crypt review. Good God. And tomorrow is Obsolete. No, what are we doing? Obsolete, man.
Outer Limits.
Outer Limits, a feasibility study, episode 129.
I saw that you guys are doing Outer Limits. I'm like, oh, rock on.
Yeah. More than welcome to join.
Sure. I'll do an Outer Limits with you.
Tomorrow, same time, same bat time, same bat station. Any parting words of wisdom, guys? Anything else you want to say that we didn't discuss? Any more clips?
You know, give up the wheel every once in a while. You overbearing bitches, you. Let the man drive.
She did.
You might just save your life. You might just save your big dick's life. You know, that's all.
His big dick is worth more than her life.
I have some parting words. Number one reasons to get rid of your fucking landline. Just let go of it. Rip it out. Use your cell phone.
Hello?
This one didn't really survive to be, we always say how kind of, a lot of TZ is very relevant for today. This one is not. This one's not relevant at all.
No. Adam, I'm going to play my other lost clip from Twilight Zone here on the air, if you don't mind. Throw me up there.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Fine.
Wait.
We good?
On? And make sure I'm sharing the sound. Yep. Okay, we're good.
All right, so this is a clip I found. The producer sent this over. It's an early edit of to sell the series originally to CBS. So here we go. Let me jump the volume real quick. Here we go.
This is represents desert. The desert that you'll see on your screen in a story we call The Lonely. The Lonely is about a man sentenced to a lifetime of solitary confinement. The confinement takes place on a asteroid far out in space. It's the story about a man slowly succumbing to a kind of nightmarish loneliness, the gradual disintegration of mind and body because human beings have that palpable need for The most benevolent and compassionate official sends the prisoner a long rectangular containing, well, a machine. A machine inside of a robot built in the form of a woman. It's a robot that and like a human being. A robot that thinks like a human being. Gentlemen, I can only tell you that The Lonely, which involves a man and a woman made out of plastic and wires with a machine for a will provide a most bizarre experience. As to the physiological extensions of their relationship, that is, man and female, what they do in their spare time. We're leaving this open.
Bold, Rod.
You really brought it home there at the end. That was good.
Yeah. I can't believe what he tried to get away with early on before CBS and the censors and the advertisers got caught up and were like, okay, pull it back, Rod.
Dude, they had B-roll to waste. They were goofing around back then. They were having fun.
It was unbelievably filthy.
They were high as fuck, is what they were.
They were high as beep.
Yeah, and they were just drinking soda. I mean, some soda pop.
Smoking soda cigarettes and just
staying up for days off of Coca-Cola.
Uh-huh. A cola.
Yep.
Uh-huh. So that brings us to the end of the episode. I won't do our plug outro because it's a little full with considering our limited cast, and half of that is about the 2019 Twilight Zone show. So Adam.
RaidersLostFlix.com, and you can find me on Twitter at Raiders_OTLF. I watch bad movies every weekend. Check us out every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we watch a bad movie. You can score it, you can comment, you can chat with us, and then we give our ratings at the end.
Frank.
RedDragonsRadio.com for all great podcasts like this one and others.
LIWstudios.com. Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
I'm Frank Links.
And I'm Adam Wilcox.
So long, citizens. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Well.
Hello?
Bye.
Hello?
Should have let me drive, you cunt.
This big dick's rotting in a grave.
You can't have it